Welcome back to Artist to Artist. Today I'm joined by Chris. Thanks for sitting down with us, Chris.
No, happy to be here.
So how do we know each other?
Oh, Clay brought us together.
Could you describe yourself?
Yeah, I'm a ceramic artist from the DC area. I generally love what I do, and I'm very excited to do it.
So what do you do?
I make primarily utilitarian pots.
So how would you describe your work?
I would describe my work as considered tableware for everyday use that hopefully enriches your daily rituals.
What is art?
Art is something that really invokes a feeling or emotion.
What's a beautiful thing you've seen recently?
That's a great question. Well, we've had some snow in the DC area recently, and there is nothing that I like better than a landscape coated in snow.
What is creativity?
Oh, creativity is my favorite thing in the whole world. I think that it is problem solving, enjoyable problem solving, and it's probably my favorite thing.
What scares you artistically?
Failure is always on the horizon, it feels like, even if it isn't. That would probably be my biggest thing. Or imposter syndrome, no matter how authentic of an artist you are, somehow you feel like you're a fraud. I don't know.
Yeah, I can see that. When you say failure, how do you define failure in art?
I think that failure is really an internal thing. It's something that you feel like you are not achieving the goals that you've set for yourself. I don't, not that I don't care what other people think, but I'm certainly not doing this for other people. I'm doing it for myself. And the byproduct, hopefully, is that other people enjoy the time I've put into something.
What's the hardest thing about making art?
Showing up. I think that it is so incredibly important to show up. Creativity is not an endless well, and it ebbs and flows. And if you're in the studio, or you're in a creative space, or you're in a space that has materials that you can make with, it will come. And when it comes, you have to dive in full force. And when it's not there, you have to wait for it to come back. You just have to be there for it to present itself.
When did you realize you were creative?
I don't know that I knew what creativity really was, and I don't know that I knew what being an artist really was. I just knew that I really was a tactile learner. I really enjoyed making things with my hands. I just knew from the second I touched clay in kindergarten that this is it.
What inspires you?
The world around me. I think that if you can live artfully, meaning you can sort of enjoy the nuance of the day-to-day things, that brings inspiration, and sort of keeping your eyes open. You never know what is going to be the next thing for you.
I'm curious about what you mean by living artfully.
Yeah, so artful living is, I think a lot of times in the culture that I live in, it's sort of what's the next exciting thing? Or what is an experience that I had in the past that was great? Sometimes we get lost in the everyday. I'm gonna take a little bit of extra time, to get ready because I'm enjoying that slow pace of life. And I think that's, I don't know, if I could give a key to happiness, I think it would be living in the moment.
Any recommendations in general?
I would go get An Eye for Color. It's a children's book written by Joseph Albers. Anything on PBS, watch PBS.
How can people become better artists?
Oh, just making and doing. Yeah, I think that the more you do, the better you get. Just make and continue to learn. I have been working in clay for a really long time. I've been an artist. I've been making my living off of creativity for 12 years or maybe longer, definitely longer. I'm still not afraid. I would go take an entry-level art class I would go take a collage. I think should be a lifelong learner.
Mm-hmm. If you were forbidden from touching clay ever again, what art form do you think you would gravitate to?
Film photography. I think that you can capture moments, but then I need it to be film photography because I'm tactile and I need that engagement. I need that dark room. I need that process-oriented art, all about tactility for me. It's all about touching and manipulating and moving material.
Do you have a favorite color?
Yeah, green. Yeah, for sure. Every shade of green, from like the most disgusting vomit to the most beautiful evergreen. Yeah, anything in between.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, what's your favorite color?
I'd probably say blue.
Okay.
Yeah, again, similar. It's like there's so much range to it.
Yeah, I think it's very similar. Yeah.
Why do you make art?
I think that I can't do anything. I need a different day-to-day every single day, and I think art gives me that.
How can people see more of your art?
Oh, well, I am developing a YouTube channel with you, and I'm so endlessly grateful of that. You can find me on all the social media platforms. The Clay CoOp is the name of my studio.
We'll link to that.
Yeah, find me, I'm out there. You can Google my name, you'll find some, interesting work that I've made.
What's your favorite way to experience art?
I think it goes along with the same way that I make art. A type of art is tactile, that I can, I tend to gravitate towards sculpture, but I definitely like two-dimensional art. Museums can be really wonderful, but oftentimes I'd rather see a piece of art in someone's house or in like a setting that is more engaging.
What does all great art have in common?
It evokes emotion. The other part of it is that the complexity of the art can really, for me, kind of add. When things are simple, they're often really complicated. I like that idea of sort of thinking about how something was made.
Do you have any favorite artists?
Yeah, definitely. So the first one that comes to mind, who I mentioned earlier in this interview, is Joseph Albers, who's a color theorist. He essentially spent his life looking at color interactions, and has a very famous series called The Homage to the Square, and it's just nested squares of color. But I really like Joseph Albers.
What do you wish people would do more?
I wish that people would engage in creative problem solving more, or just creativity more. Move toward more long-term learning and recognizing that failure is part of a process. I think that would be really great.
What are your plans with art in the future?
Oh, I just want to keep making it as long as I possibly can. I have zero retirement plan. I don't ever want to stop working.
Who should decide what is art?
I think that's an individual thing, and I think that anything can be a piece of art. It could be like a paint scraper or whatever, but it is artful. I mean, it is beautiful, and depending on how it's portrayed or displayed, a leaf could be art, painting could be art, and anything in between. Yeah.
Does AI scare you? Does it make you happy? How does AI in general make you feel?
Are we talking about you, or are we talking?
In this specific issue, we're talking about artificial intelligence.
I am really intrigued by it. I think that it can be a really powerful tool. From a creative perspective, I don't think that a computer can replace my hands. And I think that we can, as creatives, can use AI and we can use technology for creativity.
Any questions for me?
Oh, yeah. What are you doing in your creative practice?
More of this channel. As you've been saying, it's like constantly trying to create something. It started out where I wanted to force myself to do that, and now it's kind of hard not to.
That's excellent. I really look forward to seeing where you go with this. I'm really enjoying all your videos. Awesome. I'll definitely be there, commenting, subscribing, liking, all the things.
Thank you. Yeah. Anything you want to say to the people out there?
Yeah, follow me, like, comment, subscribe. I'm not big on self-promotion, but I'm really excited about what I'm doing also with Ahmed. I'm really enjoying the process.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
And we'll be back with another Artist to Artist soon. Cool.
Awesome. Yeah, that was great.
All right, I'll just go with, let's do it one more time.